Hello and welcome to another Happily Letter After tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to do different types of lettering styles for journaling. I use my journal for a lot of Bible lettering, so each day I do a different Bible verse and I letter it, and I do different lettering styles. I'm not going to show you how to lay it out like this to fill the page. That's kind of depending on how you write, like what style letters you use and how long the verse is. But to fill the page like I have here, all you want to do is you want to start writing it out, and you want to fill in all the empty spaces. So make your letters fill in all the gaps. Like, see, I have some that are kind of uneven, and then flourishes that fill it in, and do different sizes, and so in different styles, different ways of doing it. And I kept it similar, where I have a little ribbon banner that tells you where the verse is, and like what book and the verse and everything. And I do it in rainbow order, and you can do it any way you want. But I'm going to show you how I do different lettering styles. That way you can get some inspiration for when you do your own Bible journaling or just journaling in general. Okay, so you're going to want a piece of paper. I'm using the Rhodia dot grid book. I like using these dot grids. I feel like it's easier for me to measure out my letters and make them even, and they work really well with the Tombow markers, which are the markers I'm going to be using. I have the dual tip markers, so it has the brush pen at one end and then the chisel tip at the other end, and these are great. I love these. So I'm going to get started, and I'm going to show you a bunch of different lettering styles, and there are plenty more out there. If you need more inspiration, I would go on to Pinterest or Instagram, or even just searching online and looking at other people's artwork to give you some ideas of different styles you want to try for your own artwork. So I'm going to letter the word hope in different ways. So let me start off just writing it regular caps. This is a mono weight style where it's all the same size and everything. So there's one style you can use, and we can do dots. I've done this many times, where you just make your letters out of a bunch of just tiny little dots. You can make them as close to each other or as far apart from each other as you like. And then you can do a cursive style. And you can add weight to that and do the faux calligraphy style. And if you haven't seen my class on that, you can check that out as well, and I'll leave a link for that. But you can write it out just the same way you've done before. And where your downstrokes are, you go back in and you make them thicker, and that gives you a nice faux calligraphy look. And on the other end of that, you can use the brush tip, and you can do it with the pressure sensitivity. So you make it real light going up, push down hard, so you have the difference in your lines. You want your upstrokes to be thinner. I accidentally made my P a little big, but that's all right. All right, you can do 3D lettering. And with the double tip brushes like this, it makes it super easy. So what you can do, this is how I like to do mine, is I go ahead and I draw my letters, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So draw your outline of your letters. And then with the brush tip, I just go along on the sides and the bottom like this, and it draws in that shadow really nicely, so then it gives it that nice 3D feel. And you don't have to use Tombow markers. If you have just any old markers will do, and you can get the same effect. On the other side of that, let's see, so you can grab your the brush tip again, and we're going to do another version of the 3D where we write out the word using the brush end, and then we'll get the thinner end, and then you can do your lines on the other side, and I'm gonna do it like this. So it's just different techniques, and then it gives you variety in your lettering when you're doing your journaling. Or you can use these techniques for any lettering pieces you're doing, and it works just as nice. And then let's see, another style that I like to use. I like to draw my letters out, do lowercase letters, but I like to make it thick on one end, and you can add a little bit of interest. You can do some curved lines. So I'm having like the left side here of my letters have the thicker end, and if you wanted to, you can add like little stripes or dots or any type of design you want into the empty space there to give it more visual appeal. Let's see, you could do a serif. Real quick, sans serif is like this, where it doesn't have the little, how am I going to put this, like the little foots on it, like little feet, I don't know how you want to say it, but I'll show you what a sans serif font here. So we can do the same type of thing. We'll do the word hope like this, and we'll add our serifs to it. So you just want to add the little ends like that. O's you don't have to worry about. And you can do that with this end too. So we can do draw your line at the bottom of that, and then kind of almost like you're doing a triangle kind of shape, like an upside down triangle for this end, and then a right side up triangle here, and then it gives you that serif. You want to do light on the top of the O and then thick on the sides. Didn't turn out the best, but you know, you get the idea. So these are two different types of serifs that you can do for your lettering. And sometimes I like to do letters that are a little bit different. Like if I have a word that's, like for instance, I have in this one, I have shameful, and I have it shaky. You can do something like that. You can, or suffered. You can do like wavy lines, like make it messy on purpose, or you can make yours more boxy looking. So those are just some other ideas that you can use for doing that. You can also do more of a bubble style letter. And just kind of color it in so they're nice and thick. And just play around and have fun with the different lettering styles and do little doodles on yours. So I hope this was helpful. This is just an introduction to things you can do. Like I said, I would definitely go online and look at different styles of lettering. Pinterest is a great way to do that, a great resource for you. Add banners in, add doodles. I have, since this is light, I have lines coming off it. I put little stars around to fill in some of the gaps. You can do little dots or little hearts. You can use shapes in here, like I have the heart there, an eye. Add personality to your lettering. Look, I did the O's as eyes. You can do cloud lettering. There really are so many ways you can do this, and the possibilities are literally endless. You can do your box letters and then fill in half of it, the top half, bottom half, whichever way you want to do it, or fill it in with a pattern. You can even make a box and then have it coming out of the box like that. So there are so many possibilities to this, and if there's a specific style you'd like to see, I would love to hear from you. Let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I will teach that. I'll teach you that style. But what I usually do is I just look online and I see a style I like, and I just kind of mimic that style and turn it into my own work. So hopefully that helps you out, and I can't wait to see you guys for the next tutorial.